Okay, welcome to the next part. Looks like majority of this layer here is just these packets right here. So today, let's talk about today. Actually, let's talk about yesterday because I didn't film yesterday, so I have a lot to say. So yesterday, I had after school care, and she put me on at 3 o'clock. So I spent an hour, so right after the category, I spent an hour in the car just singing and knitting. That was pretty fun. Yeah. And then, so I was in a really good mood when I went down. And then just Sam was there preparing the afternoon tea as she does. Yeah, kind of tried to talk to the people on the stage. Just wandered around, played with this kid whose name I do not know. He was trying to build something, and I sat down and built something. And then Samuel came along and was like, "Wow, the thing you built sucks." And I said, "Gee, thanks, dude. That is so encouraging. Imagine if you said that to one of your peers. I'm pretty sure they'd cry. Or wouldn't want to play with you anymore." So after they knocked it down a few times, I was like, "Okay, I'm done. Bye." And then walked away. And then looked at the people with the blocks. That was pretty cool. I was kind of bored, so I walked away. And then there are some people choosing stuff on the activity table to do an activity. And then bumped into some year fours. And then Maddie asked if we could play speed. So I was like, sure. And then we played speed together. And then that attracted more people. So then we played Taco Cat Got Cheese Pizza until 4:30, where I had to pick up painting. And then after that, when I got back, they were doing some musical something or rather, so they had to pack up early. So therefore I just left. Oh, I did help pack away the stuff, and Ethan came and talked to me. He talked to me about the Winnie the Pooh Blood and Moon. It's some horror movie, and I watched the trailer, and I thought, should a kid his age really be watching something like this? Probably not. Alas, here we are. And then today I had the cannery in the morning. Yeah, most of the faces from last week are gone, which is a good thing, I hope. There was this really cute, curly 8-week-old kitten though. It had its claws out, but it wasn't actually that sharp, which was surprising. Yeah. And then I left at 12 to go eat lunch, and then spent 40 minutes eating food. This guy opposite me, I think he's a vet, but he spent the whole 40 minutes not touching the food that he made. It looked very similar to the food that I made, but he spent the whole 40 minutes not eating it. And I was like, wow, how could you? I am so hungry right now. I'll eat anything at this point. And that very nice man, Alan, came and brought his muffins in. Well, it's not his muffins. Apparently his wife makes the muffins. And he brings them in every Tuesday for the village to share, which is very nice. There's one of these people at the category that I don't like the way they do things. They spend too long just playing with the cat when we do feed and clean. Like, feed and clean is supposed to be, you feed and clean, right? So you feed the cat, and then you clean the cage, and then you move on to the next cage so that you can do all of them in like record span time, so that you can have more time to socialize at the end. But no, they socialize with the cats while they're doing it, and so it takes them ages to do it, and then they end up not doing anything, which is annoying. So I just pretend not to see, and then it's great. I also like to wash the litter trays and not the dishes because the dishes have too many crevices in it. And the litter trays, I have like a specific way of doing them now. And it's very like boom, boom, boom out the door, you know? Yeah. Then I came home, then did some more uploads onto YouTube. And then I drove to after school care and waited. Oh, the parking spots. So, okay, so on the street, there's like only 7 parking spots available. And I always want the one on the left so that I can just go straight down and up rather than having to wait forever to turn left, to turn right when you get to the top. Yeah. Just gonna move you over there. Yeah, so I walk in at 3 because that's what she put me on. And everyone is really going to the other side, and I had to start to go to the bathroom because it's pretty customary for me to go to the bathroom once I get there, you know. Also because I arrived like 5 minutes earlier, so I can have time to go to the bathroom, which is pretty smart of me, in my opinion. Yeah, and then I met some new people, Arabella and Sophie T. And I think there was another person whose name I've already forgotten. Or maybe, no, it was Sophie T. Because we already have Sophia. Anyway, and they were all close, I think. Or like they've all done this. So those 2 people have already been here before and are like old new stuff. So they're new, but they're old stuff. So they already know how all the things work. And they must have worked with Emma and Sophia before. And I'm like, okay, cool, great. And it was also raining, which was kind of sad. So we had to like wait around, get the juniors to the other side, you know, all that sort of jazz. And then afternoon tea, bro, they were all just standing at the table. One time I got told off for standing at the table. You have to go interact with the kids, is what she said. So I go and interact with the kids, yet they all get to stand at the table and they not get told off. Like, how does that even work? And apparently staff can't sit on the mat when the kids all think, or like go down and sit on the mat before getting free play. Like, why can't we sit at the mat? I don't want to be on the stage. That's scary. But apparently we can't, so therefore I just sit at the very edge and hope no one can see me. And then we also had to do the introduction thing, so I said my name. And I was like, hi, I'm blah. So very exciting. Then everyone introduced themselves. Then, yeah, and then Bradley. So once the homework and stuff was done, then Bradley beelined straight towards me and asked if he could play speed with me. And I was like, yes, this is what I wanted. This was the goal, to get the kids wanting to play with me. I mean, isn't that everyone's goal for after school care? Otherwise, why are you there? So yes, I said yes, and then I got my special bag. I got this bag from Typo. It's this like cat bag that I got for free. Oh no, it was like $5 or something. I don't know. And then I also put so I put my deck of Hello Kitty cards and a Taco Cat Goat Cheese pizza and a scarf that I wore for like actually I found it on the ground and then wore it for 2 years after I washed it, of course. Yeah, it's a very nice scarf. Oh no, this was the yeah, it's the one I found on the ground. Anyway, so that was, yeah. So we played some speed and then that garnered some attention. So Sam came along and Timothy, I think. Oh, Sam and then Liam and Timothy all came along. But then Bradley had to go. And he said, oh, I'll see you tomorrow. But I said, oh, I'm not on tomorrow. Like, I don't get put on the roster for tomorrow. Which is both disappointing for him and for me because I actually quite like these kids. Yeah. So we continue to play Taco Cat Goat Cheese Pizza. I taught any of the newcomers how to play as we went along. And then Maddie and Izzy also joined us. Yeah. And then at 4:30, I had to pick up the football people. I swear it's the same coaches every week. It's the same guy every week. Apparently his name is Yoshi. Like in Mario Kart Yoshi. Anyway. Yeah, then Benjamin was left as the last child to be picked up. And so once his parent came, I got them to sign off on the piece of paper. I don't know why we do that, but apparently we do. And then, once I put the roster away, Martin came straight to me and asked to play speed with me. And I was like, sure, bro, we can do that. And his reflexes are so good. And these two other kids, Ariana and Olivia, I think her name was, also came and said that they wanted to play. Oh, I think I did win that round. Oh, no. Yeah. So he won because he showed me his way of playing speed. He was very, very fast though. And also I didn't really know the rules, so that's why he won. Which is same for when I teach it to someone else, very standard. And then he said he wanted to play Taco Cat Goat Cheese Pizza because maybe I'm not good enough or something. I don't know. And then we did. And then that's when I found out that his reflexes were really fast. So, like, I put down Taco and then, like, step on it, but his hand would already be underneath mine. And I was like, what? How? How is this even happening? And then this garnered interest from Timothy, who came along, and then Sean also came along. And then, of course, Ethan came along as well, because, they're best buds. And just stared at us play. Why is this not picking up? You know what? I'm done with this one. We're just going to get a new one. Yeah, and then just played that until go time, until they had to pack up. Because 5 o'clock is when they pack up and play games all together, which is stupid. I don't know why we can't just keep playing our own games, but here we are. Oh no, Maddie and Izzy were playing, and then Maddie left, and then Liam took over. And then it was just Liam, Izzy, and then Sam and Timothy. And then Sam won, so then it's just Liam's, Izzy, and Timothy. Until 4:30 when I had to go, because I didn't want them to play with my cards when I left, because I didn't know how they treat them. Those cards are very precious to me. But I did explain the game. I've explained the game like 10 times now. But every single time after I finish explaining it, a new kid comes on. And so I have to explain it again. Which is fine. But then by the end of the session, my voice is very tired. So to remedy that, I would like to read upside down a bit more. There's a lot of C's in this one, but this is a very nice pink color, so I don't mind. So yeah, unfortunately, I can't go in tomorrow. I even asked if I could go in as a volunteer, and they said no. I just want to play with the kids, man. How hard can that be? Because apparently if a parent looks at me and looks like I'm not working, then they'll get mad or something. That's so stupid. Why can't I just go in and volunteer? Like, I've seen a girl who goes in and volunteers for Jig of Ed. Like, why can't I do that when I'm not on roster? And then she emails me and says, next week we don't need anyone. Or the week after that, we don't need anyone. Bro, what? But I want to see the kids. I'm not going to see them for like another 2 weeks until I start uni again. Like, but also I do need to be better at communicating because I am going away. So, and I knew that I would have these 3 weeks all here, Monday to Thursday, that I wanted to do. So maybe next time I'll tell her in advance, be like, so from this period to from this date to this date, I will be here. I am available from Monday to Thursday from 2:15 onwards. Can you please put me on the roster? You know, be kind of aggressive about it so that I can be on the roster. It's not like I get paid much anyway, but at least I get paid a little bit. Better than nothing, I suppose. But also, after school is such a bad job because you only have that 3 hours after school, right? And then most of the time you don't even get 3 hours. It's just like 2 hours. It's like 2:30, 2:45 to 4:45. That's only 2 hours. I like the 4:45 ending though. That's good. Yeah, anyway, that was the amazing news of the day. And then next Tuesday and Wednesday I'm going to do canine training, which is going to be fun, hopefully. And then Friday's going to be full day arc. And then Thursday's lunch with the grandparent. Then tomorrow's just cattery. Oh, I really wish I could have gone. Like, so prepared to go. And at the end, there are these two staff members just looking at me play with the kids. Like, go find a kid and play with them. Don't look at me play with a kid. You know, the point of us being here is so that we can interact with the kids, not that we can interact with amongst ourselves. Why do you even apply for the job if you're not here for the kids? If you don't like kids, why are you here? Okay, 21. I was like, they'll just sit there by themselves and then like talk to the kids, which is fair enough. Or sometimes they'll just sit there and look at the kids play. Like, that's not gonna... You have to interact with them. I tried that once. I was super sad and depressed that day. And so I just sat there and looked around and nothing happened. So you need to go be an outgoer. Take initiative and go start something before they can interact with you, you know? But I like Bradley. He's cool. He also taught me how to play the card game. Although I kind of feel like that card game is kind of boring after a while, and it always takes a long time for a winner. But I also thought about like once they're bored of Taco Kikuchi's pizza, I can bring out the extension. Otherwise we can play Uno Flip. Otherwise I can teach them Scum. Otherwise I can teach them 7-level Pig. So there's still quite a few levels of things I can teach them, which is nice. Oh, yesterday I finished watching an anime that just came out this year. It's pretty cool. Some appraisal guy, some very, he's an aristocrat. So he really lives in such a high place in society. That was pretty cool. I think it says they're making a second season, which I'm excited about. My Hero Academia also has 7 seasons now. That's pretty insane. And they're still making it. I feel like sometimes the storyline's a bit slow though. Like they repeat the same thing 3 times, which I understand makes sure that the viewers remember it. But that's like 10 seconds wasted out of the 23 minutes they have. There's a lot of equal signs over here. I'm excited to be in the arc in the afternoon though, because apparently I'm the only volunteer on, which is good. It means no one will interfere with my quality cat time. I also did borrow the first 5 books of the Ranger's Apprentice series, and I feel like that was a bit too ambitious to read in 28 days. I have barely gotten through half of the first one, and there are 37 chapters, and I am not even on 20. So we better pick up the pace or do something about it. And I do need to cut my hair in the next coming week or so before we go. Just because it's going to be quite hot. Oh, that's finally all the equal signs done. Hurrah, hurrah. Okay, number 21. Number 20, minuses. Well, today was fortnightly pay. It was a little less than I expected, so next time when I estimate it, I can only do it. It's not the times the one I originally thought, but the one down from that. And then that's roughly the estimate, which is very sad. But hey, I'm not spending anything these coming 2 weeks, so like spending on unnecessary things, which is good. My last package from Amazon still hasn't arrived. Oh, those white shelves arrived yesterday. Very thrilling when they came in the mail. Still need to build them though, and then put the stuff that I want to put on them, and then maybe I can film it. Be fun. And then I literally saw a cat today. The cat I was petting, the 8-week-old, very friendly one. It did a poo, not even in the litter box, but in the box, the like little cat bed that it had next to it. And I was like, bro, is the litter box too dirty for you or something? Why do you have to poop in the cat bed? It's also sad that everyone around me swears. Like, I know it's part of your vocabulary. Like, why do people make swear words part of their vocabulary? Is it really needed in your vocabulary? Probably not. So why do people use it so often? So like gamers, when they're enraged, they swear so much. And I'm like, oh, I like watching your content, but I don't need to hear a swear word every 2 seconds. There was this YouTuber called Dilo, something like that. And I liked watching his content, although sometimes he was a bit uninformed. But he swore so much, and I'm like, that just really put me off. That's why I like living the life you love, but also I don't like looking at her gardening, so got pros and cons of each. And I did watch this person do a kitten update once, and it was just about food and like what it did, and it had no clips at all. It was just her yabbering about it for like 20 minutes. Whereas living the life you love, that YouTuber, she like does a day in the life of my cat, and like has like a 40-minute video of her and her cats doing a day in the life, you know, like a real person. Whereas sometimes the day in the life of a cat is like 5 minutes long, and I'm like, what? How can you sum up one day in 5 minutes? Well, I suppose you can say that for how can you sum up one day in 40 minutes, but hey, at least it's longer. There's more to see and hear. Okay, that is it for number 20, which is the minuses. Okay, number 1. There's only some on this side, which is nice. Just a 1, a 2, a 3, a 4, a 5, 6, a 7, a 8. Alrighty, that's it for number 1s. Bravo indeed. I am so pumped to watch the Inside Out 2. It comes out on the 27th, but we're gonna watch it on the Sunday when everyone is available. Oh, and I also have work on the Friday for front of house. It's gonna be a opera concert. 25th. Oh, you are half moon. It is the 25th today. Funny. I totally wrote the 24th on the piece of paper that I got the parent to sign though, but pretty sure they won't look too closely, huh? Hopefully. I do like Sam though. Sam is cool. But she tends to yabber a bit. But her control of children is like stunning, actually amazing. Really could learn a lot from her. And the way she cuts apples, like, oh, brilliant. It was so windy today, and it rained a little bit. Like, I was just sitting in the car knitting as one does, and then it just started pouring out of nowhere. But I did smell the rain, which smells nice at the start, I think. Also, I watched our year 5 production that I did when I was in year 5, and it was terrible. Like, the song sucked, the choreography was so boring. Like, I don't know why anyone watched it, but I thought it was so great at the time. What was wrong with me? I can't say I remember many of my productions I did, but I do remember in junior school or like in primary, we did these class productions. So each class had a specific theme, and we each performed the theme and sing it out loud. That was pretty cool. But do I remember any of the words? No. Do I remember what we sang? No. Oh, I do remember one time we had to wear some like tutus made out of some streamers sort of things, and it was very, very cold and we couldn't wear a jumper, and I was very sad because we had to wait outside for our turn. It was terrible. Hello? Why is no one? There we go. Yeah, nice. Okay, number 23 is done. Okay, number 19. Number 19. Oh, I matched the 30-minute mark. Thank you. Goodbye. See you next time for the next bit, for this bit here.